Hey everybody, it is your girl Jade Ashley, and I am finally back with a new video of when the beat drops. And like always, I'm here to give you my 5 hottest beats and music of this week, so you have to stay tuned for more. Okay guys, so let's dive into this week's beats. I am so happy to finally be back. I have not seen you guys since I was 21 years old. I am now 22, and by now you guys should have checked out my 22nd birthday vlog, and if you did not, I will link it above in the cards. So yeah, I have not done an episode or video of When the Beat Drops since I was 21. But enough of that. Let's get into our 5 beats of this week. And you guys know the first beat of this week has to be the Grammy Awards. The Grammys was on my birthday this year, this past Monday, February 15th, which was weird to me. I'm used to seeing the Grammys on a Sunday, regardless of this fact. But I spent my birthday watching the Grammys, of course, because I had to take notes, because I had to come back this week and I had to let you guys know what I thought about the show. And I was taking notes as the show was going on, so it's kind of in the order of which things happened. So the first thing I have to talk about is Kendrick Lamar winning Best Rap Album. And I feel like Kendrick was definitely one of the big artists to watch for the Grammy Awards. He had, I think, like the most nominations. He had a total of 11 nominations. We all know how big his latest album, To Pimp a Butterfly, was. So when it came to this category, and this was the first award given out, they didn't give out that many awards for some reason, I don't know, but this was the first award given out as far as like the actual show of the night, because I know they give out Grammys and there's winners prior to the show started and stuff, but the one we got to like visually see on television, the first category was Best Rap Album, and Kendrick won, of course. And I was just so excited for him, and I just love everything that he stands for, and he definitely had a powerful rap album in 2015. It was definitely highly anticipated, and he came straight out the gate strong when he dropped the first single, which was Black of the Berry, and he held nothing back. And to see that all the work that he's done, like he's grown since his first album, and we all felt like he was snubbed from his first album, and then you see him come back with his second album and win Best Rap Album, and he won more than just that one award, which just to have like the Best Rap Album. So I was excited for Kendrick. Congratulations to him. It was so much hype around him and his performance for the Grammys and stuff, so they was not gonna like let it go under the radar, and he was not gonna like at least get his award on television and have his moment of speech and everything. So the next thing that I want to talk about is Andrea Day. Now, she performed with somebody else. I don't know the girl she performed with. I didn't even care to look her up because I was not paying attention to her. I was paying attention to Andrea Day, and that's because she is a powerful vocal beats. If you guys search her hair on YouTube and you check all of the covers that she has, this girl can sing her throat off. So she sat there and she sung her song Rise Up, and she did amazing. Like, I don't know, like I was just speechless. Like I was just sitting there in front of my TV like, oh yes girl, yes. Like she just did amazing. She represented, and she was nominated, I think, for like her first Grammy. I forgot what category, but I know she was nominated. I'm not too sure if she won or not. Maybe I should have looked that up, but I was too much focused into just her actual performance and her vocal ability. Like she just did such an amazing job. Like that's a real singing right there. And like I said, I was not paying attention to the girl that she was doing, because I guess they performed their own perspective songs and they kind of like meshed them together to do like a duet or whatever the case may be. But Andrea Day, she slayed on the stage, and I have nothing else to say. Like it was such an amazing performance, and it was an amazing performance so early on within the show. So the next one, or the next performance I want to talk about, is the Lionel Richie tribute. And it's only one person to me that slayed in this tribute. And when I heard Tyrese was a part of the tribute, I thought Tyrese was gonna be the person that slayed. Not saying that his his vocals was bad, but the person that slayed and had me sitting there like yes, was Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato came and she sung her throat off. Now when I tell you, them vocals done got stronger since them Disney Channel days, boy. Demi killed it. She sung his song Hello, and then when when the camera goes into the audience and stuff like that, the camera went into the audience onto Lionel Richie's face, and Lionel Richie was definitely here for Demi when she was singing his song. Like it was amazing. I was Oh, I was sitting there at a proud moment because I was like a Demi Lovato supporter fan, you know, from the very, very beginning. And just to see, you know, everything she went through with her whole weight issues and being in rehab and all this other stuff, and then her coming back out and, you know, just stronger than ever as a person and also as like a vocalist. So she slayed in that Lionel Richie tribute. And like I said, Tyrese was a part of it. But, you know, he was towards the end. It was like the fun part. You know, Tyrese didn't really get to show his, you know, vocal ability and stuff like that. But Demi Lovato, girl, if y'all did not catch that that Lionel Richie tribute, look it up somewhere online, and I'm telling you, you will be blown away by Demi Lovato's, you know, vocal. You be like, that's Demi? Like, she did the damn thing for sure. The next thing I want to talk about is, okay, there was a part with Stevie Wonder. He was on a stage with a whole bunch of people. I wasn't paying attention who they was, but he was on there and they were up there to present the song of the year. So you know how like there's a lot of Stevie Wonder memes that go around where, you know, they basically make fun of him not being able to like see and stuff and whatnot. So like Stevie Wonder was the person to read who won song of the year. So he kind of made like a quick joke about it, talking about like they saying he can't see this, or something like that. And then he kind of changed it into like a serious moment when he was saying that a lot of people, or all people with disabilities, should, you know, have some way to do things as normal people or something like that. But whatever, you know, it's not about him. But the song of the year went to Ed Sheeran for Thinking Out Loud, and I felt like that was very much deserving. Like, people fall in love in mysterious ways. Like, if it's any Ed Sheeran song I know, is Thinking Out Loud. Like that I feel like that was deserving of Song of the Year. So I was excited for Ed Sheeran. And then for him, when he thanked his mom, and he said his mom, you know, would come to the Grammy Awards every single year. And this is before people even knew who he was. And she would just encourage him when he didn't win and say, you know what, you'll get it next year, don't worry. So, you know, I thought that was like a little tearjerker type of moment. But I was excited for Ed Sheeran because he had an amazing year. So shout outs to him. The next moment I want to talk about is the moment of the show, the moment that everybody was waiting for, the moment that was, you know, publicized and advertised leading up to this day, which was the Kendrick Lamar, you know, performance. This was Kendrick's show. Like, I know this was the Grammy Awards, but this was Kendrick's show. So Kendrick Lamar's performance, I felt like his performance was a good, you know, a good visual of what his whole album was about, basically. So, you know, he kind of started off with like with the jail scene and like the chains and stuff, and you know, that's when he, you know, blacked out, well, not blacked out, but that's when he went into like Black and the Berry. And then, you know, it just went into different just like different stages, and like the glow in the dark, and then like with the African dancing with the All Right, and like it was just, I really sat here and thought, like, how can I explain this performance? But to me, it's not something that can just be explained. Like, this is something you have to watch for yourself, and you just have to just get into it. Like, you just, like, I was sitting in front of my TV like this, like that was just me, and I was just sitting there getting hyped. And on top of that, instead of like just having like this really big, and this is the biggest performance I've ever seen Kendrick do on television, but aside from having like a big performance, like it has such a strong message about, you know, just being proud to be black, you know, police brutality, everything that he's been talking about within that album, everything that he's been talking about within the media and stuff like that. And it was just dope. Like, like I said, I was at a loss for words. I still was sitting here thinking, like, how am I going to explain this on camera? So like I said, just like y'all need to look up Andrea Day's performance, I'm gonna need y'all to look up Kendrick's performance as well if y'all didn't see it. But then again, I'm like, who hasn't seen it? Like, it's been like, what, 4 days since the Grammys? So yes, shout outs to Kendrick again, because when I tell you that performance was amazing and definitely was the best performance of the night, like, shout outs to Kendrick. Like, I'm just so happy for him to be finally, he's getting the just due that he deserves for his music, and definitely the just due as one of the best lyricists of this generation. So, but moving on to the next moment, I have to talk about Adele's performance. I enjoyed Adele's performance. Actually, when Adele's performance kind of came, I kind of flipped the channel because I was getting bored after a while, because there was a lot of other stuff that was going on and I wasn't paying attention to. So it's like kind of like when I flip the channel and I'm on my phone, I see people talking about it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm missing it. So, you know, I had to go online, check it out for myself to see what was going on. So there was some technical, you know, difficulties that happened with Adele's performance, but needless to say, she still pushed through and she still slayed. First of all, she sung one of my favorite songs from her album, which is All I Ask. If you go back to my album reactions, I do say All I Ask is one of my top 2 favorites off of that. So just to hear her sing one of my favorite songs live finally, I was like, yes. You know, to me, I'm like, okay, now we need a video. That's the next single. So she sung one of my favorite songs, All I Ask. So the way the performance started, like, obviously there was something wrong with the piano and it kind of sounded like a guitar. When I was watching it, I was like, ain't no guitar in this song, like, what's going on? But you know, it just sounded like it was just too much technical difficulties with, like, instrument wise. Vocal wise, you know, Adele did amazing. Now I will say towards the end of the performance, there was like maybe 3 to 4, no more than 4 sour notes, but she still sounded amazing. So then earlier this week, or I think like the day after the Grammys, she was on Ellen's show, so she kind of like, you know, talked about what happened, and she basically said that, you know, her sound check wasn't great, and then during sound check they said that they were going to mic the piano with 2 microphones just in case something happened to the other. One of the mics fell on the strings for the piano, and that's what kind of produced that like guitar sound that that was going in and out, and it kind of just made everything just sound type like all funny and whatnot. And then she was saying that she had cried like after the performance, but she was saying she cries all the time, so whether the performance went good or bad, she was gonna cry regardless of the fact. And then she, you know, admitted and say, you know, sometimes I'm off key, and you know, it can just be the emotion. And then, you know, she redeemed herself and performed All I Ask again on Ellen. So I mean, whatever, she was still singing live, she still sounded bomb regardless of the, you know, little mishaps that happened. So at the end of the day, I enjoyed the performance, especially because it was one of my favorite songs off of her new album 25. So that's how I felt about the Adele performance. Moving on from that, I want to talk about Meghan Trainor. This is real quick. I wanted to mention Meghan Trainor because Meghan Trainor, she won Best New Artist, and she was just very emotional and just crying on stage. And to me, watching that, like, it was like a, wow, that must be a really great feeling type of moment. Like, I was just sitting there like, wow. Like, I'm happy for her. Like, that has to be a great feeling. And you know, that was just only like, or something I would just like dream of like experiencing, you know, all your hard work, you know, you pop off finally, you have like this hit single, you know, your album does well, you're traveling, do all of these shows, and then at the end of the day, when you go to music's biggest night, the Grammys, and you win Best New Artist and you're recognized for all of your work, like, you can't help but cry. So like, just her emotion and how she felt accepting her award, I was like, no, I have to mention this because I can, like, it would be a dream to just experience something like that. So shout out to Meghan Trainor and congratulations on winning Best New Artist at the Grammys. So yeah. The next person I want to get into is Taylor Swift throwing all the shade and palm trees Kanye West's way when she was accepting her award. I don't remember what award she accepted that night because I wasn't paying attention, but I just know she went on the stage with her whole team. I think it was like album of the year? It might have been album of the year or something like that. I think it was for album of the year, you know, because it was towards the end of the award show. And, you know, she accepted her award and she started talking and telling girls to believe in themselves and all of this other stuff. And then she was saying, it's going to be people out there that's going to want to take credit for your success and stuff or whatever, and blah, 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 blah. And I was sitting there like, yo, she throwing shit at Kanye. And this only comes because I haven't heard the song yet, but I know that there's a song on Kanye's new album, The Life of Pablo, where he talks about, you know, making Taylor famous or adding to her fame after that whole little thing that happened between him and her at the MTV Video Music Awards some years back. Like, that happened when I was still in high school. Like, I think that was like sophomore year of high school that shit happened. But, you know, that upset her, so I guess they're not cool, because, you know, they wasn't cool, then they became cool. Kanye rapped about it, but he said that she was cool with it, but apparently she wasn't cool with it because, you know, she was throwing shade at the Grammys. Look, I don't know, they be having too much going on for me. If you ask me, they just be having too much going on for me. But I will say, I'm not going to say that that moment made her famous, but I will say that that moment definitely added to her fame. Definitely in the black community, because wasn't nobody talking about no Taylor Swift unless she was watching Disney Channel, and we just knew her as a little blonde haired girl that ran around with the guitar and stuff like that, and sung, you know, songs about breakups and shit. But I mean, I'm not gonna say that moment added to her fame and, you know, determine who she is and as an artist. But I will say, look, she was throwing all the shade. Like, she was not here for the shits when it came to Kanye's, and she was gonna make it known on that Grammy stage. But other than that, we will move on to the next topic, well, okay, I want to talk about Beyonce, but I want to say Beyonce for another thing. But I will say Beyonce was there. Beyonce presented Record of the Year. Record of the Year went to Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars for Uptown Funk. Deserving. Who did not know that song? Who did not sing that song? And then this did not happen in the show, but what kind of like came out, or I didn't know about this until after the show, was that Lauryn Hill was actually supposed to be present at the show, and she was supposed to be doing a surprise performance with The Weeknd, and you know, that kind of got everybody upset. And then, you know, her people released the statement saying that she didn't really confirm, you know, but you know, it was something that could have been possible, but she never confirmed because of scheduling issues and stuff. And then the head of the Grammys, she said something when she threw shade. It was just too much shit going on this week surrounding the Grammys. But I will say that it would have been dope to see Lauryn Hill just come out, because I didn't know about it. So apparently some people knew about it, but I was one person that did not know about it. So it would have been dope to see her just come out on the stage, and for me it would have been unexpected, and I would have been like, yes, Lauryn, go off, girl. And definitely it would have added to The Weeknd's performance, because his performance, no shade to him, was a little bit it was like it could have been better. Like, it was nothing exciting or memorable about that performance, especially for it to be on Grammy night. So I don't know if it was just dull or if it was just, you know, very lackluster, because he was expecting Lauryn to be there. So, you know, because she didn't, he just had to just perform a regular ass song on a regular ass day or something like that. I don't know. But those are my thoughts for the Grammy Awards. I see we are like 15-16 minutes in on this first topic, so we are gonna head over to the second beat of this week. And the second beat, like I said, I wanted to talk about Beyonce. Now, I wanted to do a video last week, but of course you guys know that I was in Miami. I tried to do it, didn't work, but I feel like this beat is still relevant, that I can drag it over into this week. And I just basically want to talk about like the Beyonce backlash that was going on from her video for Formation, and then her, you know, Super Bowl performance. And I'm sure you guys probably heard everybody's opinions by now, and I'm pretty much late coming in since I haven't done a video in a minute. But I'm just gonna make this real quick and real simple, or I'm gonna try to make it real quick and real simple. So basically, I don't think people have a problem with the song, because to me, when I heard the song Formation, I heard it was something more about her being happy to be black. She talked about her father being, you know, country from Alabama, her mother being Creole. You mix that, you get a Texas Bama, so she's proud to be country. She carried hot sauce in her bag. She loved her baby hairs, baby hair. She loved Blue Ivy's hair, natural. She telling y'all to get in formation and we could all slay together. You know, she's just, it's like a prideful song, you know? Like, it's just a prideful song. But I don't feel like people have an issue with the lyrics of the song, so we're not going to take the song Formation, and we're just going to focus on the video. So apparently everybody thinks that Beyonce is a racist all of a sudden because of the cops. The beginning of the video, she's standing on top of a sinking police vehicle. Now, me, the first thing I heard when that video started, I heard Messy Maya's voice. If anybody who ever followed me on my blog knows, when I started my blog sophomore year, one of my biggest posts on my blog is about Messy Maya. I found out about Messy Maya like right when he died, when I was a sophomore in high school. I wrote about it. To this day, years later, even after all this When the Beat Drop stuff, when you go to my blog, the most well-known post, or the post that has the most views, is my Messy Maya. So whatever. We know it starts with New Orleans. You know, I hear Messy Maya's voice. She's standing on top of a car in the underwater. The first thing I think about is Katrina. Hurricane Katrina. Okay, you know, we all know that. It took a minute for, you know, I guess, it took a minute for them to kind of respond to people who was affected by Hurricane Katrina. Many people died and all this other stuff. So for me, I didn't look at the cop car situation as her saying something negative about the police, but just referring back and kind of, you know, reminding people about, you know, Hurricane Katrina. Then the other thing that they had an issue with was there was a line of policemen, and there was a little boy dancing in front of them, and then a wall behind them, it read, "Stop shooting us." Police brutality. My nigga, how many people or how many young men are dying because of police brutality? So she's basically just touching on issues that are relevant today and just reminding them, like, look, just because I'm Beyonce don't mean I don't have the same views, and, you know, I don't stand with the rest of my people or my culture. So y'all tight at her for what? Alright, cool. I think the day after that video when that song released, the Super Bowl performance. So Beyonce, she came out and she slayed. She slayed my life. Like, just that entrance alone, when, you know, like, they was doing the drums and then the drums move and then Beyonce there like, ah. Like, she slayed my life. But, you know, after she did this poppin' ass performance of Formation, then they want to sit here and talk about, oh my gosh, Beyonce really is a racist because her dancers were dressed as Black Panthers. So what? Who cares? What is the big deal? Because they got afros and berets and stuff, oh my gosh, they're racist? Like, y'all get on my last freaking nerve. And I was just getting upset as all of this BS was just coming out, and, you know, in reaction to her performance and to her music video. I'm like, y'all ain't got, oh my god. And I was like, I just want Beyonce to come out, curse everybody out, and go back to doing what she doing, performing for preparing for her tour and stuff like that. But of course, you know, Beyonce, she obviously must have more class than me, because I would have been cursed their asses out. So her response, she, like I said, was at the Grammy Awards and she presented Record of the Year, and in her speech was her response to the backlash. I don't know if anybody else caught that, but hopefully I don't get copyrighted for this. If I get copyrighted for this and y'all just see like a big block, obviously I had to take it out. But check out her response to, you know, everybody hating on her basically. So check it out.
Art is the unapologetic celebration of culture through self-expression. It can impact people in a variety of ways for different reasons at different times. Some will react, some will respond, and some will be moved.
Okay, so that was her response to it, and you know, I couldn't have said it any better. She's unbothered. Shout outs to Queen B. Like I said, moving on to our next beat of this week, and we have to talk about Kanye. Now, the last video I did, I talked about Kanye, and you know, that's when he got into the whole little spat with, you know, Wiz Khalifa and Amber Rose. That's the last thing I left off when I talked about Kanye in my last When the Beat Drops video back in January. I think it was like the end of January or something like that. But, you know, since then, which was weird to me. I guess not weird, but ironically, after I did that video, I met Amber and Wiz for like the first time or whatever, and they're really nice people. They are. I just want to let y'all know, Amber and Wiz Khalifa are sweet people. I like them both. I hope they get back together. But, you know, after that, you know, Wiz and Kanye, they squashed that. Everybody was cool. Y'all know that part, because I told you I ain't do a video in a minute. So they cool. But, you know, Kanye's still going off on Twitter, and you know, he just saying so much stuff, I can't keep up with it. Like, I was just go on my phone or go on social media and people talking about Kanye still talking shit. Like, he just talking a lot. And I'm just sitting here thinking about those days when Kanye barely tweeted, and when he would tweet every once in a blue moon, that was news within itself. You know, I remember when Kanye wasn't following nobody on Twitter and he wasn't tweeting nothing. Now he only follow one person, which is Kim, of course, and now he just tweeting up a storm. And at first I was thinking maybe somebody hacked his Twitter, because this is not like Kanye to be tweeting. But you know, all the rants that he be having, I'm pretty much convinced, yeah, this is Kanye. This is Kanye in his true fashion. So I mean, since the last time I talked about Kanye, his album, we didn't know the album title at the time. At the time it was Waves, but then since then we found out the album title is The Life of Pablo, which is out now. But at first it was held up after its initial release date because there was a song that he was doing with Chance the Rapper. So once Chance the Rapper finally finished that song and it was done and everything, you know, the album was released, and then, you know, Kanye was going off about how he was never going to release his album on Apple, like iTunes, only on Tidal. And I'm like, my nigga, like, I got nothing but Apple products. I don't have Tidal. Like, how am I supposed to get the album? What else Kanye been talking about? Oh, he had this big meltdown backstage at SNL. The audio for that leaked this week, and basically he talking about how he's 50% more influential than any person dead or alive. That's what he said. He said something with Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know what he was talking about, but he was saying something with Mark Zuckerberg. He talking about how he in debt, he need money. He said something about his enemy being his ego, and I still don't have The Life of Pablo. Yeah, you can stream it on Tidal. I ain't got Tidal. So I'm gonna need, I don't think I've ever asked you guys for anything, but if anybody has the hookup and got that link to the illegal download, and y'all know I buy all of my music. I was ready to buy this album, and I keep hearing that this album is dope, but you know, I don't have Tidal, and I still haven't found the download so I can have it illegally, and I don't know. If anybody want to hook me up with a link to the life of Pablo, you know, you could hit me up on my social media handles, Jade_Ashley94, Jade_Ashley94 on Instagram and Twitter. You know, y'all could inbox me or tweet me or comment or something like that. But that's what's going on in the world of Kanye West, okay? So we just gonna move on to my fourth beat of this week. And my fourth beat of this week, I need to talk about Sage the Gemini and Jordin Sparks. So I thought they were a cute couple. I always thought that Sage the Gemini was cute. I thought he was a good looking guy. Jordin, beautiful girl. You know, Jason Derulo did some fuckboy shit. They was broken up, and then, you know, after some time of not being in a relationship, she was in a relationship with Sage the Gemini. They was real cute, in love, all this good stuff. You know, the shit I don't support, whatever. But they was cute. So yeah. I didn't know that they were broken up, but I mean, we all know that they're broken up now because Sage the Gemini, he wrote this very long Instagram post, and I'm gonna try. I don't know if I'm gonna read the whole thing. If I get sick of reading it, then I'll just stop reading it, but I'm gonna try to read it. So he posted this picture of him and Jordin, and he said, "Kids sit here and act industry like this shit don't hurt me. You the only girl I can call at 3 in the morning and you'll answer the phone. You the only girl that can wake up out of your dead sleep to give me some water because I was coughing in my sleep. The only girl that loves me the way you were supposed to. I miss you too much to watch you look so amazing at the Clyde Davis party and not be able to call you and express how much I appreciated the look because you won't answer or nor text me back. The feeling is horrible." You see this picture? He talked about the picture where, you know, somebody was looking at her and he was looking at the person telling him, "Don't look at my girl," and she was telling him, "It's all good, calm down," you know, all this other stuff. He just said that he's been a good boy. He wished that they was together on Valentine's Day because it was a special day, whatever. He said something how it was supposed to be their anniversary because of the grandparents' anniversary, and he just want a hug or a kiss, a call back or something, and he missed her, basically. He was not begging and pleading, but you know, he was expressing himself on social media. So everybody was sitting here like, "Oh my gosh, Jordin, you gotta call him." Everybody was under her comments and stuff on Instagram like, "Call him, girl, make his hotline bling." And then, you know, she ain't respond, she ain't say nothing. Then he released this song called I'll Keep Loving You, and I don't know what happened. He said that there was no cheating that happened. I don't know, maybe because he has a daughter, and I know it was some baby mama drama. The baby mama was wilding out, so I don't know if she wasn't with the baby mama drama, which I could understand, and she was like deuces, but I doubt just the baby mama drama would have made them. I don't know. I hope they work it out, I guess. Yeah, but that's been something a lot of people have been talking about this week, so, you know, I just wanted to mention it, you know. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to move on to the last beat of this week. In the last beat of this week, I have to talk about Rihanna. Now, I didn't mention Rihanna in my Grammy notes because she wasn't there. She was supposed to be there, and we was expecting her to be there, especially because her album Anti is platinum now. So, you know, it was only right that she was supposed to come to the Grammy, shut it down, you know, platinum album, and, you know, kill it. You know, it was Kendrick and Rihanna that was like the main reasons why everybody was wanting to watch the Grammys. You know, Kendrick did the damn thing, and then in the middle of us watching the Grammys, we get word on social media that she ain't gonna be there because she has bronchitis. So that never happened. And then following that news, it was announced today that, and actually I just read something on my phone not too long ago, but Rihanna's Anti-World Tour will be pushed back. And also I read that the UK tour dates were canceled or something like that. So it was originally supposed to happen February 26th in San Diego, but it will now begin on March 12th in Jacksonville, Florida. The first 7 dates that were supposed to happen were pushed all the way back to May. What else is going on? Like I said, this comes after the Grammy situation, and according to TMZ, you know, TMZ be telling the truth sometimes they be lying, but according to TMZ, you know, she was at the well, they had a video showing that 2 days prior to the Grammy she was performing at the Lionel Richie charity event or something, and she was singing perfectly fine, but then all of a sudden she got bronchitis. They were saying that she was at her she completed her sound check and stuff for the Grammys, but then she had some type of meltdown. Like, I don't know what's going on. Rihanna done went MIA. Like, she was supposed to show up to the Grammy, she went there, you know, she was at, you know, fashion week events and stuff. I know she had a fashion show with Puma and stuff, and I don't know what's going on. Like, I hope, honestly, I hope legit, because they saying this bronchitis, hopefully Rihanna gets her voice situation together. I don't have no anti-world tickets, so I'm happy right about now, because I know everybody else is tight, so, you know, but hopefully she get it together. This is not like her. This is Rihanna. Like, I can understand if this was like another artist, you know, I'm like, look, you know what, they bullshitting, like, but I didn't expect this from Rihanna. You know, she into her 8th album. She been in the industry for a minute. So first and foremost, I hope that her health is, you know, A1, and whatever going on with the health is good, and hopefully she just get it together, and that's it. So yeah, other than that, those are my 5 hot beats of this week. Okay guys, so I know it's been some time, but you know I have to end every single video by thanking you for tuning in, and also reminding you guys to comment, like, subscribe, and share. It would greatly be appreciated. I have absolutely no notes to leave you guys with this week, so you know I have to leave you with my song of the week. And my song of the week, now this song did not come out this week, but like I said, it's been a minute since I did a video, but one of the songs that I've been bumping to since I last did When a Beat Drops was Zendaya's new song, Something New, featuring Chris Brown. It's just dope. Like, I just like it. It's just like a fun song. It makes you feel good when you listen to it. It samples TLC's hit single Creep, and Zendaya, she's just doing a damn thing. We already know that she is an amazing dresser. Like, her stylist Luxury Law just keeps her looking dope at all times, and now she might bag one of the hottest wide receivers in the NFL now, Odell Beckham Jr. Now, they are not in a relationship, but according to her father, because y'all know her father, her manager, so you know he with her all times, but you know he's quote unquote auditioning. So, but and she only 19, so she bad, she be dressing, and she about to have one of the sexiest football players out right now. Like, more power to her. Go ahead, Zendaya. She only like 19, so shout out to her. So, song of the week, Zendaya featuring Chris Brown, Something New, and I will see you guys next week. So, bye. Hey guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget to share and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.